Welcome to the Spacejumper podcast. My name is Jared, and I'm your host. We are outside of Houston, Texas right now, and I have a group of awesome people with me because they are familiar with Houston, Texas. Mr. Mario and Miss Dora Vera. They are Houston natives, I believe.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we could get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But, you know, your page kind of stood out to me because I like that y'all go do a lot of things, you know. And everybody is looking for things to do in Houston because Houston's so diverse and big. There's so many options out there. So I thought that you guys would be a great insight as to you know the city, you know the raw side of the city and different foods and places that that's here. So yeah, why don't y'all go ahead and I guess you could go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you guys do.
Okay. So again, I'm Dora Vera from Exploring Veras. And what we do basically is go around restaurants, or not even just restaurants, anything in Houston basically, and post it. It doesn't have to be a collab. We'll just post it regardless. If it comes out to be a collab because they accept the collaborations, that's cool. If not, it's okay. But it's just to basically share our journey through Houston and our life. So it's like a journal basically is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's great. And how did you guys decide to do this together?
Okay, so
because you know most people it's kind of like, you know, individual content, but you guys seem to team up and work well in a sense where y'all are producing good content and, you know, y'all have each other to kind of work off of and make videos and kind of try different foods and things like that. So how did that turn out?
So basically I was doing everything by myself for a good minute, and then he decided to join me because he felt kind of bad that I didn't have anybody to record me, and I'm recording myself putting the phone on the napkin holder or carrying my tripod to the restaurants. And so he decided to join me, and that's why I changed the account to Exploring Veras also, because it used to be Cubanita_food explorer. But then that account got hacked, and I decided to change.
Oh, I hate when
yeah,
that
and it was like
happens,
10 years old.
Oh, God. Yeah.
When Instagram started. And so I decided to make a change to the account to where it basically incorporates both of us, because he goes with me everywhere. And so that way, whenever they invite me, it's a team. Because at the other times, they would be like, oh, I'm just taking care of you. I'm not taking care of him. And I'm like, okay. So then when I changed it, I'm like, well, now we come as a package.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Yeah. I think y'all work well together. Like I said, I watched a couple of videos of you tasting some foods, and then you're tasting different drinks like the martinis and whatnot.
I do all the alcohol.
Yeah. Are you a drinker? Do you not drink too much?
No, I cut back on my drinking.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do. When I drink too much, oh God, it just smacks me a little too hard these days. You know, I mean, it's to a point where. You know, I'll go out and I'll have, you know, a margarita or maybe even two, but you know, years ago in my younger days, man, I would.
You are not that old.
I'm 28 now.
You could be our kid.
I'm 27. I'm about to be 28 in July.
Oh,
so,
yeah, you could be our kid.
But yeah, it's crazy because, you know, it's there's so much out there, you know, and so when it comes to alcohol. It hits me different than it did, you know.
Yeah.
I would just get blacked out. I mean, it was just a rough growing period.
Oh, yeah.
You know, back in the day from 18 to you know 25 or whatever. But yeah, I'm just now getting out of that stage where, you know, I'll go out and if we're sitting by the pool, you know, I'll mix a drink, you know, some Tito's and sugar-free lemonade or something like that. But yeah, it's you know, it's just alcohol is one of those things I try to veer away from, you know, because it's fun in the moment, but afterwards, man, it just wrecks you. Yeah.
Yeah, so. I had stopped.
Wow.
So when I turned 31, that's when I was like, I don't feel like I need to drink that much anymore. I'm already a social person as it is, and a lot of people use alcohol to be social. I don't need alcohol to make me social. I'm already a social butterfly. And so I decided, you know what? I don't need it. So I cut down like that. I just started drinking wine. And then after the wine, I said, I don't really need that either. So I had cut down for a couple years.
Right.
Recently, I started picking it back up.
Yeah,
Them
it's fun,
espresso
though.
martinis, though. But Carajillo is my favorite. So every single time I go to a restaurant,
And what is that?
Carajillo is liqueur 43 and espresso.
Ah.
It's way better than a martini,
That
espresso
sounds
martini.
like it'll do the job.
It's so good. And I love sweet stuff, so I ask for extra sweet all the time. And that just makes it a perfect
Yeah.
combination.
I really like the espresso martinis because I think they look so fancy with those beans on the top.
I get mad when they don't give me the beans.
I know,
because
why-
I'm like,
yeah, it's like
they're
the
supposed to
most
be like good luck.
Yeah. Oh,
They have a
really?
meaning, the 3 beans. And when they don't give me my beans, I'm like, I didn't get my beans. They didn't wish me luck.
I know. Honestly, I mean that's like the most presentable
Yeah.
thing when you get an espresso martini. You know, it has to have the beans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't serve it without the beans.
But like I said, the Carajillo is still like my favorite one of all of the drinks. And so if I see it on the menu, the first thing I ask, do you have liqueur 43? If you don't, I don't want it.
Ah.
Because if it doesn't have that, it does not taste the same. I've had them
Really?
different ways and they don't hit.
Yeah. Well, you know, right across the street at FM Kitchen, I'm not a connoisseur of espresso martinis, but I have heard from numerous people that they have some of the best.
Really?
So yeah,
Okay, I
it
need to
may
go
be
try
worth
it.
trying. Yeah.
Because I haven't had that.
And also the pickleball bar and it's
Yeah.
called Pickle Social. Same owners, but they did that extension on the side of FM Kitchen. And I mean the pickleball aspect and the energy over there is really cool. You know, it's I've never played pickleball myself,
Me neither.
but every time I go over there, I'm like, man, maybe I need to play. Maybe I need to schedule this. You know,
Yeah.
get some paddles and whatever. But yeah, it's crazy. The city's doing amazing things, and you know, small business owners are expanding, and you know, the city's on the come up, and you know, a lot of people are coming to Houston at the moment just because it's a hot time. You know, it's a very popular place, and everybody wants to be in Texas right now. You know, whether that's Austin, Dallas, Houston. You know, and it's an amazing time to be a part of what Houston is. How long have you guys been in Houston?
So I've been here since 91.
Okay.
I was 10 when I got here.
Wow.
Yeah, I came from Miami.
Wow. Yeah, Miami. I've never
Hialeah,
been
305.
Yeah. I've never been to Miami, but I know Miami gets crazy. Yeah.
But I was born in Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's why you're so energetic and ready to party.
I don't know.
It's like in your blood, you know?
I guess.
That's how you get
I've always loved the casino vibes ever since I was young, so I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped at the casinos and I stopped at I think it was the MGM Grand, and I got like a hot dog or something, and it was like $28, and I'm like, man, I'm going home. I'm flying back. You know, $28 for a hot dog. Didn't even have the ketchup or whatever on it. So I was like, but yeah, it's an expensive city. Las Vegas is, and that's what it's another thing that makes Houston so appealing is the prices aren't the best that you could find, but they're not the worst either.
They're a lot more affordable here.
Yeah, and I know even in Austin, the prices of rent, like the prices of living over there.
They're California prices now.
Yeah, they're almost skyrocketing. I heard they're kind of leveling out now, but still, it gets expensive. So I guess you just kind of have to pick and choose what's worth it and what cities are right for you. And honestly, Houston is growing on me. I grew up right outside of Houston in a little town called China, Texas. And it's right outside of Beaumont, surrounded by rice fields and, I mean, literally nothing. Got its name from the China berry tree. We had a little festival of probably 20 people every year.
I'm going to have to look that up because I don't know what a China berry tree is.
Yeah, I looked it up one time, and it's some like invasive. I don't think it's actually invasive, but it got over here from somewhere. I'm not too sure.
But does it really have berries?
Yeah, I would like to say
Like
yes.
that we could eat? Because I've never heard of it.
I think it's more of like flowering tree. Yeah,
okay.
but I don't quote me on that. I should
I'ma
probably know more.
Google it.
Yeah, I should probably know more about my little home city tree. But yeah, no, I there's it's a pretty agricultural area out there. A&M has a couple branches that they do like research and on plants and corn and rice and different herbs and things out there. So, I mean, you drive and you could see Texas A&M's branch way in the back and nothing but land and people on tractors. And I worked there going through school. And, I mean, they're doing some amazing stuff. And, Yeah, that's how where I started figuring out that plants are a lot more complex than we thought. So, but yeah, back to Houston. I think I got off topic there a little bit, but you know, you guys have really been doing some exploring, and I mean, you guys have kind of been repping exactly what your name says. And do you have any spots that y'all want to kind of throw out there for that y'all some
Heck
some
yeah, I
gems,
do.
yeah.
All right, so I think this is like number one birria place. And this is TJ Birrias. Whichever location you go to, you're going to eat it the same way. They are always consistent with the flavors. My favorite thing besides quesabirria tacos is their papa that comes with birria. The papa birria, it's like mashed potatoes, then the birria, then the cheese on top. And if you want the onions or whatever and the cilantro, you can have that. But I just like it with the potato, the cheese, the birria, and the consommé.
Oh my god,
Game changer. And
You
extra
like that
cheese
too?
for the cheese pool.
Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the cheese pull, yeah.
And their vampiro taco too is bomb. Super crunchy, so much flavor. Can't go wrong with any of their locations, like I said.
Wow. And how did you pronounce it? Birria.
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 Roll your R's.
Birria. I'll get there. I'm gonna practice that.
Okay, I'm gonna be checking on you,
I had
Jared.
one of those tacos yesterday at Velvet Taco.
Yeah?
I was a little disappointed. I'm not. I don't
I'm
mind
gonna
Velvet
have no
Taco.
comment on Velvet Taco.
I know. You know, every time I go there, I'm like, it could have been better or whatever. But yesterday kind of sealed the deal where I'm like, I'm probably good on Velvet for a while, because not only was it a questionable taco, it's also like $7. You know, like, so it's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and not. It's not a huge taco either. So I mean,
Yeah.
you get 4. So it adds up.
When Velvet Taco first opened, I don't even know what year that was. That's when we went. When they first opened.
Were they good then?
Yes, and I used to always hype it up. I took my sister one night, and it was like almost 1:00 in the morning, and they stay late, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
I was
think
like,
like 3 or 4
sis, it's
a.m.,
gonna be
yeah.
good. You're gonna love it. And I was like, oh my god, what happened to the food?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And,
yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, no, I can't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
It became kind of like Torchy's, and I don't like Torchy's.
Yeah, I don't mind Torchy's. I haven't had any bad experiences at Torchy's, but yeah, I know. I think what was really appealing about Velvet Tacos, because they have so many options. You know, you
Yeah.
look at their taco menu, they have all kinds of different ways that they put together the pork tacos and the
tinga
beef,
taco.
and so there's a lot of different options. You could go vegan,
Yeah.
chicken, buffalo chicken, and
the street corn is good too.
oh, I've never tried the street corn.
yeah, the elote.
I've tried their velvet cake, and the velvet cake's not bad. But that was also a late night adventure, so I can't give you my full sober opinion, but yeah, no, it's I love tacos. Have you guys tried? Oh my God, it's like my favorite taco spot, and it always slips my mind every time I think about even bringing the topic up. It just
Where is
poof.
it though?
It's right here off of Shepherd Drive, right next to the smoke shop across from Walgreens. It's called, oh my gosh.
Tío Trompo.
That's it.
That's our
It's-
our friend's restaurant.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
It's the best carnitas I've ever had in my life.
The little
Good tacos.
tacos de
Amazing.
trompo. I like that he has the 3 options of where I don't know if he's still doing that, but when he first opened it, he had 3 options to where you can get it like the Árabe style, which is the Hebrew style, or the Arabic style. And then it was like the Mexican style. So there was like 3 options. And then he had barbacoa too. And so I was like, ooh, let me get one of each. And then let me get the quesadilla and the barbacoa taco. Yeah, he had a bunch of stuff.
God.
I don't know. We haven't been in a while, but I know
Yeah.
that now they have a collaboration with a coffee vendor
That's
too.
right,
So
yeah.
it's a coffee shop and tacos.
I did see that. And I think that they're pulling the coffee from Catalina right off of, what's this road right here? I forgot.
Washington.
Yes, Washington. Yeah, I'm telling you, my mind's.
Mario
I need
has-
to drink more of this coffee. Yeah,
Mario knows about directions. I don't.
yeah. I'm over there like that.
I'm
He's
like-
like, boom. Yeah.
I'm like a landmark, and I can tell you where to go.
Yes. No. But yeah, I think they're pulling their coffee from Catalina, and Catalina, they roast their own coffee. They order the beans and roast the beans in the back. And they have excellent coffee. But I've actually gotten coffee from the place down the road too, and it's amazing. I mean, it's very good. So yeah, they're representing well. But yeah, me and honestly everybody that I know, I tell everybody about that place because I'm like, it's literally the best tacos. You know?
Yeah.
And I've tried the place. Oh, well, now here we go again.
Directions
We're
again,
going
Mario?
to make sure you're 3 at 3. The place, it's right off of right here. It's a yellow building, and they do tacos.
Talking about El Rey?
No,
No?
tacos. No, shoot, man, I'm gonna have to do some cutting here, but
That's fine.
it's man, it's the it's literally right off of Washington. You go down past El Rey, past Naratai,
I know what it is.
yeah, past Buena Vista.
Laredo.
What is it?
Laredo?
Taqueria Laredo?
No?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I don't know.
Is it like a shack? Like a long
Yeah, it's
shack?
like it's yellow and
red?
and red. Yeah.
Oh, it is. I think it is
Maybe
Laredo.
Laredo.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, if you like that one, if it is that one
Mm-hmm.
that has like a big Houston kind of like mural or something, I don't know. They're all about Houston.
I could actually pull up
Yeah.
the photo right here because I went in there and I tried out the tacos the other day and I was like, man, I have to send this
Yeah.
to somebody. It won't take too long.
Because they have another location that is better. That's why I'm trying to find out if it is Laredo.
Let's see.
Because they're all families. They're all like cousins and brothers, I think.
I love
It's like
that you
4
could get
different guys.
good food here. Like I think that's
Oh,
one of my that's one of my favorite things about this about Houston.
Yeah, everywhere you go, hole in the walls, they impress me so much. Because you don't think this place that looks like a raggedy place is going to have good food. And those sometimes beat these fancy restaurants.
Taqueria Laredo.
Yeah, Taqueria
Okay,
Laredo.
that's,
So
yeah,
what Mario's like, I
that's
know
what
what
you
you're
said,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they have another location that is on Irvington.
Yeah, it's Irvington and the closest other.
I'm going to send it to you in the DM.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
you need to go try that
yeah,
one.
Man, I'm a big fan of food.
Yeah.
I love food. I love good food, and that's it's been a battle, you know.
Yeah, see, so Taqueria Laredo, I feel is more like Tex-Mex vibes, while Laredo Taqueria, which is a different name, but it's the same family, is more Mexican plates.
See, yeah, now that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. I love authentic stuff, you know.
And that's
I'm
where you're
kinda
gonna
getting
get it
the
at the
full
little
vibe
White
of
House.
things. Yeah.
That's where you're going to get it.
I love tacos. What anything else? Where do you guys if y'all are like just going out like lounging around, where are y'all going? Because I know y'all just came from Postino's.
Yeah.
Shout out Postino's. I love
Oh, yeah.
Postino's. They have a really good like cheese board, which is my favorite thing to do. If I'm going there, I'm having a glass of Cabernet or something like that.
yeah.
Got to get the cheese board, and I'm honestly set. Yeah.
Well, today we ate light because we're going out. After this, we're going to go celebrate my dad's birthday and Father's Day.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So we're
yeah.
going to a Cuban restaurant.
Oh,
So,
what Cuban restaurant?
Flor de Cuba on Highway 6 in Clay.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds fancy.
He's like, take me to the Cuban restaurant. And then there's dancing there. So hopefully we're going to get him
wow.
to get some dancing on the...
Nice night, you know.
Yeah.
Some bites and then a little exercise.
Yeah. I'm
man, see,
excited.
I love that. I love going out and kind of just trying get different things
Mm-hmm.
and being a part of fun activities. You know, there's a lot of people out there that like to have fun and it's always a good time. You know, good
Like
time
I
with
tell
being with
him,
good people.
there's no reason for us not to. We don't have kids that stop us from going anywhere.
Oh wow!
So we can go anywhere at the, spontaneously.
Right.
Oh, let's go to Austin just to go eat something and then come back because there's nothing stopping
Yeah. How long have you guys been married?
us. So we've been married 25 years.
Wow.
And next weekend is our 28th anniversary. That's why I said you could be our kid.
Dang, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, on the 30th.
So you guys just decided to never pop any out, huh?
No, God didn't want it to happen.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
No, we wanted it. It just never.
I see. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. So when my mother, she had 2 miscarriages before she had me,
Mm-hmm.
and then she had me, and then she was like complete helicopter mom, all
Oh.
grown up. I was like, Mom,
Overprotective.
leave me alone. My friends are around, okay? Like,
Well, she has to make sure her gym is safe.
I have 2 older brothers,
Yeah.
and they could do whatever, or kind of on their own. She's just like, yeah, whatever. But she used to micromanage me.
But are you
Shout out my mom.
Ah,
Yeah.
right. Are you the last one that she had? Okay, so you're
Yes.
the baby then.
Yes, I am
Yeah.
the baby. I know. I know.
Okay.
I was a complete accident. My brothers are 15 and 16 years older than me, so they had a whole
It's
life.
never an
yeah.
accident. God said it was time for her to have another one.
Yeah, I
So
always tell her. I was
you're
like,
not an
you know,
accident.
yeah, you know, they had she had two, okay guys, but then she needed the star, star of the show. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, you can't stop till you get it right. Well, that's amazing. So,
Yeah.
what do you guys like to travel outside of the outside of Texas, or do you guys do that often?
We don't travel too much, but when we feel like we need a vacation, we go to Austin.
Austin's beautiful.
That's like
Yeah.
our bucket list to live there when we retire.
Oh, I love Austin because it's
Yeah.
very the geographic region is just so
Yeah.
like it
never-
varies. It's not just flat.
Yes, I never saw myself as a hill country kind of girl because I always tell him I love the city. I'm a city girl. I hate the country. But when I go to Austin, I could breathe better. I
Yeah.
feel better. I feel relaxed. I don't want to come back home. I'm like, and I like going to the hill country. I look forward to making that trip to the other side of downtown, going to what is it called? The caves.
Bee cave.
Bee Cave.
Oh,
Bee Cave, Texas, which is like maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour
About
from
30 minutes from Austin.
downtown Austin, and it's like so pretty over there. And there's a good restaurant in that area too called La Popular. That's from Ciudad Mexico. And I'm like, every single time we go to Austin,
Farmasuta.
it's
Man,
from
that's when you know it's good.
from La Ciudad Mexico. Yeah, and their food is bomb. So every single time we go, we make a stop there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to dive more into the culture of these food places around here, because I know of a little bit, but I mean, it's such a big area and there's so many options out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I could go somewhere every day for the next 2 years and there would still be more, I mean, which is crazy. There's just so much here and so many different options, but and as well as Austin, I mean,
Yeah.
the only, I just jumping onto the Austin topic just briefly. I did hear recently from several people that the water, the Lady Bird Lake and the river, I think it's the river running through Austin. There, I heard that it was very nasty, and it was because I believe somebody jumped in and they get it's common to get like rashes and there's needles in the water and you gotta
From
be
the
real
junkies
careful.
and
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Well, we don't get in the water.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah,
swimmer.
we're gonna veer away from that.
I don't know how to swim, so I don't like going to the lake to do anything because I'm so scared. So I barely get into like the river to do what's it called?
Float the river.
Yeah, I
yeah.
barely do that because I have to be really convinced to go, and my sister convinced me, so I went.
Oh,
I don't like
floating
doing
the river.
that.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Yeah,
I don't like
I'm talking
doing
about
that
the
too
one
much
running through the
because
city.
of the water. I'm scared that somebody's gonna flip me over or.
Yeah,
But that water
you don't know
was
how to
dirty.
swim.
No.
Come on, girl. We need to get her. We need to get
I
her
used to
in
know
some,
how to
in some
swim.
swimming lessons.
I swam all the time in Miami. I come here, there is not really anywhere for me to go swimming. I had a really strict stepmom that didn't allow me to do a lot of things. And so I feel like I forgot. And so now I'm like, I'll stay at 3 or 5. Once it passes my head, I'm not going back. I'm not going there.
Yeah, and it's I could see where it's a fear in general, because I mean, once that ground, you lose
can't
that
touch
ground
it,
under
yeah.
your feet. I mean, there's just so much variation and so much things that could happen. I mean, people drown in small amounts of water, so
I was like stuck in Galveston. I think I was like maybe early 20s. And Mario had to go rescue me because I had like seaweed or something wrapped around my foot.
Oh,
and then
crap.
I went into a hole. So I was just going down. And so then he went to go get me. And then at the river, he saved a little girl, his best friend,
Wow.
another friend. Because
that's crazy.
yes, because he knows how to swim like a dolphin, like so good.
Yeah,
So he went to go save them.
my family, they had me in the water from a young age. So
Yeah,
I was just
I guess him
I was
too.
just swimming around like
Yeah.
like a fish. So it's a good skill to have. We need to
I know.
we need to get her back in it, you know, just in case.
That-
you know, it's
the-
it floods here in Houston all the
I
time.
know.
You know,
and it did create a fear because now, like, whenever I'm showering too, like, I can't really put my face just like this in the shower.
Yeah.
I have to get the water and go like this to wash my face.
yeah.
So it kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things you just kind of adapt to and keep on moving forward. Just stay away from water. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't do a lot of water activities. So I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about
no
that.
water parks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that was one of my questions. Wow. Yeah. So, how do you guys choose where to go? Like, in which restaurants and what type of food to test out? Is it just kind of what you're feeling at the moment?
You want to answer?
Pretty much. I mean, we kind of go by what we're feeling, and we look up something in that direction, and that's how we pretty much choose what we want.
So
Yeah, I
like
think
most of
that's-
the
I mean,
time,
that's
I'm
smart,
like
yeah.
always on Instagram, right? So I'm always seeing what's popping, what's new coming to Houston, and I already start bookmarking it, and then I'll send it to him, and I'll tell him this is on the list of places to go. Now, when am I gonna go? Probably as soon as it opens, or wait a little bit. I don't know. It just depends. Sometimes I go like the weekend that it opens, because I want to get first dibs on like the food and find out what's going on.
And it's the most fresh in the morning.
And then sometimes it's like a bad experience because it's like they really weren't prepared for the customers yet because they're like in soft opening mode. So it's happened where we've had bad experiences at like these restaurants.
Yeah.
So I told my boss too because she's always asking me where should I go, and I send her a list, and then she's like, Dia, I'm not gonna go in the first 2 weeks or the first month. I'm gonna wait a couple months, see how the restaurant does, and then I'll go. I'm like, okay, fine.
The soft openings are always interesting, you know,
Yeah.
because they're trying to get their staff in order and
Yeah.
they're trying to get their chefs in order, you know, the guys in the back cooking, and they don't really know the recipes just yet. And,
But
and so, yeah.
some get it and some don't.
You're right. Yeah.
you know?
Some get it and some don't. And
Yeah.
I think that goes down to training, you know, if they're
Yeah.
if they're properly trained and in the protocols and procedures in that section, or in that, you know, realm of things, then, you know, they'll be good. But if they're not trained, you know, you got a bunch of freaking chickens with their heads cut off running around back there. It's gonna be rough. I was a part of a soft opening in Beaumont, Texas for Buffalo Wild Wings, and they opened up a brand new store. They sent a full team in there, and I was waiting tables at the time. And I mean, it was just one of the most incredible experiences that I've ever had in my life because they sent a team in from Dallas. Everybody that was part of the training team was incredible. I mean, everybody there knew what they were doing. They knew how to teach people and kind of give the core values of the company while, you know, providing this extremely educational experience. And I mean, it was awesome. But yeah, you see them open and because of the good training, you know, we opened, we killed it, you know, front of house,
Yeah.
back of house was awesome. And then, you know, over the years, you kind of see these companies and these businesses kind of dwindle down in their quality because you have less and less people that are fully trained and things like that. So you see some, I mean, it's a hit and miss. It all goes down to management
Yeah, for
in
sure.
business like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
There's
so.
a lot of people that open restaurants and don't have the real passion for it, so then it doesn't succeed.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
They just open it to open it because
they think
they
it's
figure
a
they're
source
gonna
of
make
revenue.
money,
Yeah.
you know, but they don't really have a passion for it, so they don't really give it the love, and they don't show their employees to have the love for the food that they're cooking. So then it's just like, eh. And that's
Right.
what I've seen so far. Like a lot of these new restaurants that have opened, it's been like misses because from the beginning, from when you walk in, they already didn't treat you good, and then you
Right.
get to the table and you're waiting 20 minutes for them to even ask you, what do you want to drink? And it's like, you're not even busy. Why are you taking so long?
Exactly. Isn't that one of the most annoying things,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because I mean, when people work at a restaurant, they're there because they're at work. You know,
Yeah.
they're there to make money, and you know, a lot of these people these days, I say a lot of them are on the ball, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's a couple people out there that they don't care. You know, they don't want to be there. You know, they're just there because, you know, I guess maybe they are just expected to have a job and
Yeah.
they're showing up and they don't really put any effort into it, and it shows, you know. And yeah, I've walked into restaurants and I've sat there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes,
Yep.
you know, before I'm greeted. And you know, I'm pretty like, you know, I was in the you know, waiting tables for a while, and I was in the restaurant industry and things like that. So I'm very understanding, but I'm also aware, you know, if there's if there's a situation where I feel like that you could have put more effort in there,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, forget these people, you know. But if I see you're running around, if service is terrible, but you're running around like you're crazy, trying to make sure ends meet, then you can't really get too mad. But yeah, I've walked in restaurants and it's dead in there.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, you know, they'll bring a water, and maybe 10 minutes later they'll come, well, you would you like a drink? You know, you want a margarita? You want, you know, a beer, appetizer?
And that's like the first thing you should ask.
Exactly.
If somebody sit down, water, and then what cocktail, if they want a cocktail or soda, whatever. And then also like give them like at least 5 minutes to review the menu so they can already check what appetizer they want. And
Right.
by that time, some people already picked their entrees.
Exactly. Yeah, and you see it at these good restaurants. They walk up like, "Hey, how's it going? My name is so and so. Welcome in. Have you dined in with us before?"
Yes.
Yada yada yada. Well, if you haven't, you know, today our special,
Recommendations,
our
yeah.
special is this. You know, I've tried it myself. A lot of, you know, just you know, there's good quality and there's bad
Yeah.
quality. You know, and there's effort and no effort.
Yeah.
And you know, it definitely shows. Do you guys have any like memorable experiences? Maybe like the most memorable of you guys going out and trying different things?
So we have a couple. You can tell them yours, and I'll tell them mine.
Okay, yeah, this will be good. How different are you guys?
Well, we have the same, but then I also thought about two other ones earlier that I was like, wait, those are good ones because it was an experience that I never thought I would do. So like for you, is the
Mine was True Looks. Because we've never had stone crab.
And you could maybe like pull it up right here. Yeah, and on these,
We never had
a
stone
fist
crab.
distance. Stone crab.
Yeah.
Are these big crabs?
They can be. They had about 3 different sizes: a small, medium, and large.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean that was like the most memorable for me because the taste of the crab. Not only that, just the whole vibe of the restaurant was on point. It was Valentine's Day too, so I don't know if that had something to do with it, but just
it felt very romantic.
yeah.
Yeah, setting the mood.
The lady that we had as our server, she was amazing.
Yeah. And where was
She
this
was
at?
True Lux.
True Looks.
True
Westheimer.
Lux on Westheimer. Man, a lot of things on Westheimer are just amazing. You know,
She was like top notch. Like that's why when he said that, I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a good experience because of the stone crab, but just the whole, like he said,
Yeah,
the
the
service.
drinks.
from
Are you
the-
dipping this
Appetizers.
crab in like butter?
Yes. No, it was in.
You don't even really have to.
No.
That's
It's-
how good that
yes.
crab was. They
And
brought
it's-
out some sauce, but I was like,
Yeah, it doesn't
"No,
need it."
I don't need it.
What?
Yeah.
So
That's when you know it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super yummy. And I thought it was gonna be like super expensive, but it actually wasn't. I think she said it was like $20 for 2 pieces of the stone crab.
What?
And they're basically like the claw of the crab, but
So
I
you
guess
get
this crab
a
is
good
bit-
portion of meat in there. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Man, I love
They break it for
oysters.
you
Yeah.
too, so you don't have to deal with it. So they break it for you because it literally feels like a rock. And so she's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna use this so you can get it all out. Make sure you get into this part of the claw." And then she's like, "And dip it in the sauce." And they brought like I think 2 sauces if I'm not mistaken, but you don't need it. It was so
Wow.
flavorful, and I don't even think it's seasoned. It's just the flavor of that crab.
It's
that,
just sweet. It comes sweet, I believe. So it was to me. I was like, I've never had it, and that day I had it, and I was like, yeah, I need to come
This is
back.
it. Yeah.
I need to have some more of this.
and that's been on our list for years.
And
Why did we
y'all were recording this?
procrastinate?
Did y'all get footage?
Oh,
of
I
this?
have it.
Nice,
Yeah. I just haven't posted that part, but I posted like the whole little Valentine's part of it, but not the food. That's coming.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, the stone crab. She said that it's like in season. That was the season, so it was like the perfect time to order it because they on their list of like what crabs they have like one from Mexico. Then they have the one that we had. And then there was another one, but she was saying like this was the perfect time to order it because it's in season. And so I was like, heck yeah, let's try it. And
Shoot.
when it's Valentine's, anniversaries,
Oh,
and
yeah.
birthdays, I'm like, we're splurging big time.
Yeah. Well, on the next Valentine's splurge day, if you guys are in the mood for steaks, I had a really good steak. It's a very expensive place. I probably won't be going back just because I'm not balling like that these days. But B&B Butchers.
We've been there.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we had, I think, our one of our wedding anniversaries there. Yeah.
They have a really amazing appetizer, and it's bacon, but it's bacon that's cooked different ways. And so they bring out a platter, and it's like 4 or 5 different types of bacon, and they're presented and sliced real well. And each one, it has a different flavor, and you could dip it in like a mustard sauce. I mean, it's great.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's not too expensive. The day that I went, I got the tomahawk steak. So yeah, yeah.
Oh, you went big time because
Yeah, I was hungry.
we went. Well, again, here we go again with the going, and as soon as it opened, B&B Butchers had been open probably for like a year, and they were like really promoting the Wagyu little sando, and I was like, we need to go try that Wagyu sando. We never got to try it, but we did go for the steak, and the steak, I was like, wow. Every single time I would tell everybody that wanted steak, go to B&B Butchers, but we always get as an appetizer the oysters.
Oh.
Because we like baked oysters, charbroiled oysters. Yes, and they have been like our top list of oysters, and that made me like oysters because I was always like, oh no, it's too slimy when it's raw.
Right.
So I was like, maybe cook this a little bit different, and now I can't stop eating them.
You know what you would like is and y'all need to make a trip to this place.
Okay.
They have a lot around the area. Well, not Houston, but on the outskirts. It's called Tia Juanita's, and it originated in Beaumont. And the guy has branched out and made several different Tia Juanitas. I mean, there's probably 8 or 9 at this point, but
Tia
they
Juanitas.
have
Okay.
some of the most incredible baked oysters that I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they do it different ways. They do the charbroiled and different options. They also add bacon and cheese.
Yeah,
And, I mean,
see?
it's the hands down. It's actually my favorite restaurant. If somebody asks, if you could go anywhere tonight, where are you going? It would be Tia Juanita's. And
Tia Juanitas.
they have excellent
Okay.
margaritas. I mean, they're known for their margaritas because they are strong.
Yeah.
Which is, it's good,
For them heavy drinkers.
Yeah. And I know I have some family members that'll go and put down 3 or 4, I mean, it's crazy. But
Okay, it's on the list. Tia Juanitas.
Tia Juanitas, yeah.
We gotta check it out.
And they're, like I said, I think they originated in Beaumont. They kind of branched out from Beaumont, but I think there's probably one maybe 30, 45 minutes from downtown Houston.
Well,
But
we don't care because look,
Yeah.
we drove all the way. I made Mario drive all the way to Louisiana just to go eat a hot dog that I saw on Travel Channel.
wow. Well, hey, Tia Juanitas will do it. They have really good seafood enchiladas. I don't know if y'all are
yeah.
a fan of seafood
Oh
enchiladas.
yeah, we love seafood. That's
oh my
Mario's
God.
favorite thing to eat.
Incredible scallops,
Yeah.
incredible shrimp. I mean, literally everything on this plate is great.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Juanita. Yeah, I
So going
love that
back to
place.
memorable, okay, so that's Mario's, and I agree. But memorable is Sochi for me because when I went to eat there back in 2017, because that's when I remember eating this, it was flying ants. So my plate was like some kind of steak, and then it had like a sauce on top, and it had these little black specks, and I was like, "What is that?" Because I looked like I saw little feet, and they're like, "Oh, that's Mexican flying ants," and I was like, "What? I'm eating bugs." And then they were like, "You're not even going to taste it. Just eat it." And I ate it, and I was like, oh, dang. Well, I can at least say I ate flying bugs.
Oh, my God. And where was this at?
This is at
Sochi's?
Sochi right there in downtown.
Oh, my God. And they
Yeah.
serve
Chef Hugo.
they serve the little
The
bugs?
plate had flying ants. It actually said it on the
What?
menu, but sometimes I don't even look at the whole ingredients or items that it says that's going to come on my plate. I just see the picture, and I'm like, I want that. Because I go off of pictures a lot whenever I order food. And so I went off of that, and I was like, I want a steak, so I want that. Didn't really think that it was bugs.
Oh, my God. That is memorable. That's crazy, actually.
And then my other one is Ocean Palace that's in Chinatown, and we ate jellyfish.
What?
You could pretty much get anything there. at
Wow.
Ocean Palace.
Yeah, there was like shark and dolphin something in
Oh,
there.
crap.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, well, that's awesome. And, that kind of reminds me, H Mart is
we love H
is a
Mart.
really awesome place. You know,
Yeah.
I'll go there and they have all kinds of different fish and different options of things to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the ants. So this is probably the worst story that I could tell ever. But I accidentally ate some ants one time, and they were it was not fun because it was fire ants. And
dang.
here's what happened.
God.
It's actually pretty disgusting. But
It's okay. I don't get grossed out
I
that
was
easy.
I was driving down the road, and I was just doing my thing, and I was up near the lake areas. And so, it's it's wooded area, a lot of woods, a lot of, bugs and things. Well, I had just picked up, I don't know, like a sandwich from like the local market or something, the local, like almost like farmer's market. And, it came with fries. And so I'm over here eating, and I'm driving back to the cabin, and, I drop a fry, and I was like, oh man. And so I reached down there.
No, you did not do 5-second rule.
I grabbed the fry, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ate it. And I was chewing, and next thing I swallowed it, and I was like, man, what is that? And next thing you know, I feel something in my mouth moving, and I look in the mirror, and there's ants all in my mouth, and they were just lighting the inside of my mouth up they were on that fry.
Oh my
And
God.
it made me completely nauseous. It was a bad experience. Yeah, this was probably 10 years ago, but it was terrible. Yeah, it was, don't
How many ants do you think you had in your mouth? You said a lot of ants.
yeah, realistically, maybe like 25, maybe less, maybe 15.
Oh,
It was
God.
enough.
I
Yeah,
got
it was
chills.
it was enough. Yeah. And,
I see a red ant. I'm running away from
I
it
know,
all the time.
and for the longest, maybe for the next couple days, my throat was just itchy. I mean, it was bumpy and itchy,
Well,
and so
allergies.
I would have to like reach back there and like slightly scratch the back of my like soft palate up at the top, just because it was so annoyingly itchy. So I had to ended up going to the Dollar General and getting some numbing spray, and so I would just and that saved it. But yeah, it was they definitely got me. Yeah.
Taught you to never pick up from that food again,
Yeah,
right? There ain't no
yeah.
5-second rule. That is
Yeah,
not.
now we
exist.
just give it to Larry.
He
these
does that
days.
all the time. He drops something, and I tell him, "Don't tell me you're gonna eat that." He's like, 5-second rule. I'm like, there ain't no 5-second rule. I tell him the devil licked it, so that's why I don't eat it.
Did you guys ever see? It's a cartoon. It's like a half cartoon, half regular movie. I think I forgot the name of it. It has something. It has the name Jones in it, like detective something. I don't know, but he's a white blood cell. It's like this show. It's supposed to be educational, like a science video.
Osmosis Jones. or
Osmosis Jones. That's right. This man's coming through with
Wait,
all the
is this
answers. Yeah.
this an old school thing? 'Cause
Almost like
Yeah,
and
it's kinda-
so in the movie, the whole point of the movie is this white blood cell which fights infection and things like that.
Yeah.
Is just going through your body, and there's an infection in this person, and he's trying to fight it off. So they're going through all the whole body, and they're fighting these things
Never
off.
seen
But
this.
at the very beginning, the reason that the infection gets in his body is the guy reaches down and grabs whatever food that he dropped and eats it, and there's something nasty on the food, and so yeah, it introduces. I mean, it's a really cool show,
bacteria
honestly.
built
Yeah. And
Osmosis Jones?
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I think that
When did you see that? When you were little?
It's been out for a while.
it's been out for a while, maybe 15, 20 years, maybe 15 years at least,
Really?
maybe
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised I never saw that with him because we see mostly everything
Well,
together.
we got the next date night set up for you guys. You know.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
curious.
Osmosis Jones and some bug sauce, you know. But yeah, no, it's that's definitely an interesting one. Somebody asked me recently, if I would eat bugs, and realistically, I was hesitant at first, and it was one of the earlier podcasts. I didn't really know how to expand on my thoughts, but I would totally eat bugs. I don't think it's bad. If I guess maybe if it was cooked. I know I saw on YouTube there were some chefs out there that that make like gold crickets or something.
Yeah,
and
I want to
it's
try
like,
crickets.
What the heck, you know?
And I was told that Sochi has really good crickets.
Oh crap!
So I'm like, I want to try them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where I'll be in a couple hours and having one margarita and some crickets. Yeah. So what type of preferences do you guys have when you go for like reviews? Like if you're I guess that was it was not a very well worded question. When you guys how do you do the reviews? Is it just everywhere you guys go?
So I record every restaurant that we go to, no matter if it's a collab or not, because I'm still going to post it one way or another. Later on, it might not be within the same week that we went. It'll be later, whenever I feel like posting it, basically.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll add them as collaborators just to see if they accept it. If not, it's cool, right? But I record everything. Doesn't matter where I go. And I know it's annoying to him because he's like, I want to eat my food. And this is not a collab.
Right.
But I just feel like, I don't know. I just want to record everything, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, there's a lot of content. There's honestly a lot of money to be made. You know?
And so, yeah, that's where I'm trying to get at.
There's a social content creation gold rush right now, you know, and so making these videos that you know you may not be collaborating at the moment and things like that, but I mean I'm telling you, you know, the right person sees good content and representations for you know, good representation for businesses, man. It's all you need is one set of eyes that you know that has the power to make a couple calls, and then you know that's it. You know, the power of the internet is insane. You know?
Yeah, and like when I share it, yeah, I would hope that the restaurant would like the pictures, you know, or the videos, whatever I post. Like True Lux, I tagged them as a collaborator. It was not a collaboration, and they accepted, and I was like, holy crap, True Lux accepted. And I told them, okay, the dinner one portion is coming next. And they were like, okay. So I'm like, you better accept my collaboration again.
Wow.
And but like I said, all the time I record everything. So see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I get a lot of restaurants that do give me feedback that they like the videos. And then sometimes I do get invited that way. Like with, I'm trying to give you an example. Like with TJ Birrias, I've done collabs with them, right? But I went as a customer when they first started selling tacos at the house. And birria was popping in 2020, right? Nobody was really doing it big like it is now. And so Jesse, which is the owner of TJ Birrias, I was on the hunt of who has the best birria in Houston. And so I went to about 20 places that were selling birria at that time. And he ended up being my number one choice. After that, he's still my number one. When I tell somebody about birria, I'm like, you need to go to TJ's. And then the second one would be Texas Birria Boys. That's my other homie. So it's both of them. And then they inspired me to make my own birria. So now I make it whenever I feel like I don't want to go anywhere.
Cool. Yeah.
And so, but like him, I went as a customer, and then he sees me as his number one supporter. That for everything that he has going on, he's always like, D, you're invited. You're going. Here's a ticket.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, and come to the grand opening. Come into the Christmas thing. Or like right now, he's opening another restaurant. I'm waiting for that to pop off so we can go to that. So awesome. I don't just go as a collab. I go all the time as a customer as well. And because of the fact that we're friends and also we're big supporters, they treat us a lot. And they don't let us pay for the food even when we go as customers.
Right.
So that's my goal, like not just to get free stuff, but the goal is to win them as my friends and to support businesses in Houston that are small businesses in general, because corporate doesn't really need our help. So small businesses, I don't care, black, white, Mexican, whatever. If they invite me, I'm going. And I don't care about food because I eat anything. I'm not picky when it comes to food. So I'm willing to try anything, you know? I'm open-minded when it comes to food. He was the one that was very close-minded and was always like, I want chicken or I want pizza or I want, and then little by little, he started expanding on like, I want to taste your food. Then next thing you know, now he's the one telling me, where are we going next?
Wow.
And so I, that's what I look forward to, like for them to actually reply back and letting me know that what they see, they like it. And Eventually, if it becomes something, that's cool. If not, I'm still gonna go as a customer because I really like their food.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think that that's good. You know, that you could go and represent these small businesses.
Yeah,
in a
because
sense,
like with like followers, a lot of people look at that, right? But a lot of the followers tend to be fake sometimes on accounts.
Yeah.
And so then to me, my goal is not really followers, it's the businesses that I'm connecting with that we establish a relationship. Because next time, whenever they're looking for somebody to do a collaboration with or something, who are they going to think of? Me, you know?
Right.
Because we already build a relationship. A lot of these bloggers that go to restaurants, they just go eat. They don't tip. They don't really get to know the staff or anything. They walk out and they never go back.
Yeah.
And I've heard it from restaurants too, that they're like, oh, y'all are not like the other influencers. Y'all are different. Because we tip every single time that we go to do a collaboration, no matter what. I'll be like, sell me a Coke. And they're like, no, free. No, sell me a Coke. I want to give you a tip. And they're like shocked. Right. And I'm like, oh, I guess a lot of people haven't given you tips lately because, you know, everybody goes for free collabs.
Yeah. And a lot of people want free things these days, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's
and the
great,
free stuff is nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I want to also tip them because they are working hard to give us all the plates that they're bringing out. You know, and I'll tell management, can I give them a tip? And they're like, sometimes tell me no. So then I'm like, what's your Cash App?
Yeah, you gotta get around it somehow.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, they said no, but I could give you a Cash App.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And they get shocked. You know, they're like, oh, thank you so much. And I like that they said we're not like the other influencers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
that really was
means
like,
a lot. Yeah.
That meant a lot to me. Yeah.
Larry. Yeah.
Hi, Larry.
Larry probably just woke up from a little nap. We went on a run earlier, and he's all worn out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
hi, Larry. He's
come
so
here, Larry.
friendly.
I know. I need to get his little nails trimmed because I mean he's as sweet as can be, but those nails are just they are some claws.
Yeah.
You are so cute.
Yeah. Like I said, it's from I mean he could fit in my palm, and I was carrying him around here and walking down Washington and. People were holding him, and he's just been very socialized from from the moment I got him. And I have family that have his brothers and sisters and things like that. Yeah, and they are wild. Yeah, he's very very I know.
Like don't pop me up. Larry, hold up.
But he like I said, he's a ladies' man. He's
I see.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, I have family with his family, and they're just wild. I mean, they bark and whatever, and
he's quiet.
And yeah, he's quiet. I rarely hear him bark, and if he barks, it's usually if there's like another dog around, he wants to go play, But other than that, yeah, he does really good. But not only is the food that's interesting, but also I believe I saw on your profile that you had just recently made a step. For this new weight loss journey that you're on, which I thought is very awesome. And I have family that are on semaglutides as well, and they have seen amazing results. And so I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on it. I mean, how recent is this?
So it started, I think, on April. I think that's when I started. Like the beginning of April. So they reached out to me and I was hesitant because I was like, oh, I don't know. I've heard too much things like negative towards semaglutide. And I'm scared of shots, not going to lie. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But as soon as I got that offer, I told him and my sister, and she was like, I want to get on it too. Yeah. And then I was like, it's only one person, fool. And I told him and he was like, go for it. Instantly. And then I was like, for real? Like, you're not going to give me no kind of like hold back? And he's like, no, go for it.
Yeah.
You want to try it? Go for it. And then I was like, okay. So I waited a little couple weeks and then I finally replied to them and I told them, okay, I think I'm ready to actually go forward with this.
Wow. And it's a company that reached out to you.
So they're a PR company. The ones that reached out to me and told me that I would be going to this doctor. I Googled the doctor immediately and I was like, whoa, he's really known for weight loss. He does weight loss surgeries, gastric bypasses, sleeves. He said lap bands, he doesn't do that anymore because they're not really successful, but the other ones he does. So I was like, I'm going to a real doctor, not just a med spa. I don't have nothing against the med spa, but I feel like going to the doctor, I'm really going to get the help that I need. And so I suffer from PCOS. And so when I
What is PCOS?
it's called polycystic ovary syndrome or something like that. I can't remember exactly right now off the top of my head, but I've had that since I was 23, which is why I never got pregnant.
I see.
So that has always caused that problem, right? So when this came up, I was like, if it's going to help my PCOS in any kind of way, not to get pregnant, but all the other issues that happen with PCOS, not losing weight fast enough, insulin resistant, basically caused me to be pre-diabetic without really being diabetic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it. And they told me, we're gonna do 3 months. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But now the doctor, I spoke to him and he told me that basically as long as I post, he's gonna keep treating me.
Amazing. Yeah.
So I don't even really have to, it's not really through the PR anymore. It's still with them because I still have to send videos to them so they can approve it so I can post it. But after the doctor told me himself, like, as long as I'm posting, he's going to keep treating me. I'm like, wow. So that really motivated me to keep trying even harder.
Wow.
And so the first month, I was taking the shot. And for the first 2 weeks, I didn't go to the gym, but I started incorporating
They started
the
you
gym
off at what,
after.
0.25?
0.25, yeah. And so the first 2 weeks, I was like, nah, I'm not going to go to the gym. I want to see if anything happens. I didn't see a change myself, right? Because we always see ourselves and we're like, we don't see the change.
Right.
Somebody else sees it, right? And so I went back for my my follow-up, and now I'm at 0.50. I went back for my follow-up on May 5th or somewhere around there, and he told me I lost 2 pounds. And I was
Nice.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
and you don't
feel it.
realize how much 2 pounds is until you
Yeah.
have like a 2 pound block. It's like, holy crap, you know?
Yeah, so he said, "Oh, you win." I don't care about talking about my weight. I was 250. I was
Oh,
248
hey,
at that time.
I was 299
Yeah.
at one point. I'm 240 now. And,
Oh,
and so yeah, I'm
congratulations.
trying to get it down. But yeah, it's something that I've always struggled with. So that's
Yeah.
why I find this interesting. It's,
So
it's
when we met, I was 15, and so I was a skinny little thing. I weighed like 100 pounds probably, or 115, somewhere around there. And so I always saw myself as I was skinny. When we got married, obviously almost 25 years of marriage, but 28 years together, I started gaining weight after like our 3 years together, little by little. Then next thing you know, I was like, oh, I want to see if I can get pregnant. And so I was testing myself every single time, and the test was coming out negative every single time. And I was like, damn you, pregnancy test, you're not working. I would call the 1-800 number and complain to them and tell them your tests are failing.
yeah, that's when you're hanging upside down trying to.
Yeah, and so I was just like, man, something's wrong. Something has to be wrong because
Yeah.
it's not happening. And my sisters are here popping out kids left and right. So, and that's when I found out. At 23, I found out I have PCOS. And so at that time, they didn't really inform me with like how bad it is. They just told me I have PCOS and that hair grows in certain places, or hair loss, or gaining weight, but not the extra stuff that happens. And I was like, okay, I accepted it. They put me on birth control. That didn't work. So I was like, well, am I ever going to get pregnant? And they pretty much gave me a no. When I turned 38, I found out that I basically need an egg donor because it doesn't work. So I was like really depressed. And I know that at that time, whenever I'm sad or any emotion, I eat.
Hey, yeah, me too.
I'm
Me
an
too.
emotional
Ice
eater.
cream's probably the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
I'm an
if I
emotional
feel down,
eater for sure.
I'm pounding some Bluebell, like.
Yeah. And so when I would be emotional, when I was younger, before I got with him, I wouldn't eat. I went 7 days straight without eating.
Holy crap.
And so, like I said, I had a strict stepmom, so I was like kind of scared to go to the kitchen and get anything. And so I didn't eat. So now, as I've gotten older, I'm an emotional eater. It's reversed because now I overeat. But with all these collabs, people think that every single time that we go out to eat, we eat all that food. No, we don't. We just taste everything on video and we pack it to go, and then we eat the leftovers like the next day. Or my nephew, he's my garbage disposal at the house. I'll tell him, Frankie, here's food. He eats it. So then we'll have it for like 2 days, if anything. But with the shot, after being on the shot for a month, and I went and I found out I lost 2 pounds, right? I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I incorporated the gym after the first 2 weeks, 30 minutes every 2 times a week with him. And so I was like, is that good enough? When I went back on May 5th, the doctor told me the cardio is not really good, that I need to do more like circuit training because I need to build muscle. It's not really about calories, which is what the treadmill and the Stairmaster really kind of do. So I said, okay, that's fine. This whole month, I have not gone to the gym. So I told my husband, once I get the next shot, then I'll start going back to the gym on my third month and see how much of a change. Well, in between that second month to now, I'm already almost at like 8 or 10 pounds. I haven't weighed myself from we got a scale recently. I was scared to have that at the house because I felt like I was going to get crazy and want to weigh myself every day.
It's easy to.
Which I kind of did get a little psycho with weighing myself, that I would get mad because the scale was not reading right. And I'm like, wait, how did I gain 3 pounds already? And I just weighed myself yesterday.
Yeah, your body fluctuates within a small increments, you know. That's just how it goes.
So I haven't weighed myself probably in over 2 weeks now.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're definitely going to see some crazy progress. I think after 0.5, it goes to 1, and 1 goes to 2.
Yeah, I'm already on 1.
Yeah.
So right now, I just finished my last one. So now it's going to be, I think, 0.50 or 0.25. I don't even know. But I have my appointment next Friday. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
can
you an
imagine
update.
they'll probably. Yeah, if it's the the typical dose increment scale, it'll probably double. It'll probably go to 2, and 2 I believe is the max. But
I heard that there's like even 7s.
Oh, really?
I don't know with him, but I know that I heard from my friend that's on semaglutide, there's even like 7s. And I was like, wow, I can't wait to get to that point.
Yeah, that's like not eating ever.
But I do like the semaglutide, how it has worked, because I actually bought clothes at Target, and I always have a hard time because I always buy plus size clothes. Yeah. This time I didn't go to plus size. Wow. This time I bought from the more like women's section.
Yeah.
And so I was able to order some shirts in extra L, and then XXL, or even a 1X. Normally I'm a 2X everything.
I know.
And so that's where my shocker was, that I was like, this is a 1X, and the one that I wore a couple weeks ago is a double X, and I was like, it's not plus size.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know
I'm like crop tops now.
And honestly, and I'm no physician, but I would honestly disagree with the idea of no cardio. I think cardio is amazing. It gets your blood pumping. I mean, it gets your heart pumping. The heart. I mean, your heart's the main thing, and you don't get the same blood flow like you do if you're doing like weights or something like that. But I mean, yes, you do. But man, when you're running or doing cardio or the Stairmaster, man, you're really
I was like
really getting some flow.
170 heart rate.
Yeah. I think cardio is amazing.
He told me if I do cardio to do it like 5 minutes as like a warm up, and then go into the other circuit training or lifting weights, and So I was like, okay, I'll try that next. So when I go back for my appointment, I'm gonna make sure to talk to him about the whole cardio part to make sure I really need to skip it or not, because
even if
I want to do it right
here, if and here's what I tell people, even if you just do cardio maybe like 2 times a week, and then do weights, the other maybe like 2 times, or out of maybe like 5 out of 7 days a week, you're kind of mixing it up.
Well, see, Mario works out probably like 4 times or even more a week. He stays at the gym doing cardio, plus he does weights. So he's always been like the type of person that has a mentality that when he gets old, he doesn't want to be in a wheelchair or with a walking, with a cane.
Yeah, it's
he
no
wants
way
to be
live, honestly.
living kind of fit.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want you to not be at my level or close to it, because I eat all the bad stuff, or I do eat bad. I'm not gonna lie, I do eat bad. But when I go to these collabs, people think I eat everything. And I'm like, I would be rolling out of there. I can't do that. No, we pack everything up and we don't eat it. And then at home, the only way that we keep ourselves like more healthier is I don't fry anything.
Fried food is
all the fried food is eaten at these collabs or like when we go out to eat like on a dinner. But like at home when I cook, it's like ground turkey, salmon, salads. We go days sometimes without eating protein. So the doctor got mad at me because he's like, you have to have protein. And I'm like, but we don't really eat meat at home.
Yeah.
You know, we eat veggies or we eat salmon or like chicken, but red meat, I don't really eat that unless I go to a restaurant. So that's how we kind of like try to be a little bit healthier
Balance
at
it.
home.
Yeah. I think that that's a good approach.
Or we
know?
go to salad restaurants like Leaf and Grain.
Oh, I've never been there. Is
Or
it good?
Kava.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Leaf and Grain is really good.
That's
Kava is a very different vibe.
I've been to Kava.
Because
Kava's
it's
good,
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into Kava the first time and I got some of their, I don't know the name, but it was this like red.
The
almost
harissa sauce on the chicken?
No. It was like this hibiscus tea.
Oh.
And it was so good.
Yeah,
I don't.
that one's good.
It was
I
so
hate
good.
tea.
Oh, you're not a big fan of tea?
Oh, heck no. No.
Why don't you like tea?
To be honest,
Is it like a flavor, like one of
Yes.
that bitter bite, like initial?
well,
like,
it's not always bitter because, you know, it's mixed with like lemonade or something. But I just can't get myself to really enjoy a cup of tea, except for my friend Angie. I'm going to give her a plug. Angie's Munchies.
Okay.
She has a restaurant. She makes a really good tea.
Oh.
She adds lemons inside of it, so it tastes almost like a lemonade with tea. But she makes it so sweet to where I like it.
Ah.
And when I go to restaurants and I try to drink it, I'm like, ooh, no, give me a Coke or a Pepsi
And
with
it's
light ice.
Angie's Munchies.
Angie's Munchies on
This is
Hammerly.
that 420 tea then, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's good.
420 tea.
Yeah. She got a lot of good stuff over there too.
Wow. Yeah. And, you know, so I guess just to kind of go back to the semaglutide topic.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's awesome that, you know, the story about how, you know, the PR company reached out and they kind of offered this, you know, and I think that, you know, with you just starting, I mean, you're going to see some amazing results. And when you start incorporating like a good gym routine, I think that honestly, I think what you eat and the activity level that you do, I think that Matt, it has a huge, I mean, that's like the main thing, you know?
Yeah.
So do you have you encountered any challenges with the medication?
Like side effects, my main one is headaches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How often are you getting those?
Maybe like 2 times or 3 times in the week of when I take the shot. So like this week I don't have a shot, right? But last week when I took the shot,
It's every 2 weeks.
No, mine is weekly.
A week, okay.
Yeah. And so I took the shot and instantly I got a headache.
Really?
Yeah. And then I also get nauseated and throw up sometimes. But that's it. I don't have like the constipation or the stomach aches that people have been saying. And the whole reason why I was also so against the whole semaglutide was because one of my friends told me, you're going to have Ozempic face. And I told him, I was like, what's Ozempic face? And I started Googling it and I was like, your face gets kind of sucked in. But I was like, doesn't that happen if you lose weight regardless?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think.
So that kind of scared me.
Yeah, I don't think that that's an actual thing. I think that, you know, when anybody is losing weight, at, you know, and not even at a fast pace, but you're obviously getting smaller, you know, and I think that that term was just brought up for, you know, I think that
Like a negative?
I think the activity level plays a big part, you know, because if you're just losing weight and your body's just, you know, shedding, I guess, mass,
And not building
without kind of building a structure, I think that's probably what causes. I don't even really want to use the term, you know, Ozempic face, but I have heard that term before, and I've seen, you know, scrolling through Facebook. Facebook's one of the most dramified apps of all, and so you see people complaining, you know, this and that, you know, and throwing the term around a lot. But honestly, you know, I think it's just. It happens just because you're losing mass, you know, and that's just how it goes, you know. But
and with the semaglutide, when I started it, I was like, okay, well, it's gonna help PCOS, so that means insulin resistant, so that means I should be able to lose weight faster than what right now I struggle. I have not lost weight in years. I just keep gaining, right? And so no matter what, if I'm eating a little bit healthier or not, it wasn't changing. So I was like, something's still wrong. So with this, he told me it should help with all that. So I was like, okay. And then I was like, wait, if I lose weight, I'm gonna lose boobs. Hell yeah. Smaller bras. Pretty bras. I can finally wear those again.
Well, for the
Yeah.
the guys that do it, they end up getting boobs, and I'm like, man, you know, because they're
really?
getting small. Well, not really. I'm just
Oh, okay.
talking. I'm
Well, yeah.
talking shit, really.
Yeah, because I have a guy that I know that he's on it and he does not have.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. I just
Yeah. So I'm
probably
looking
slice
forward
that
to
one out too.
I'm looking forward to the changes of my
Yeah,
body and
absolutely.
having more energy too. Because mine, they did it a compound, so they mixed the B12 shots into my
wow.
semaglutide. So it's supposed to have energy boost with, you know. So I'm like, okay, and I do sometimes feel that I have more energy than I used to.
Maybe
And-
that's what's maybe that's causing the headaches. You know, the B12.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him though on
Yeah,
the
maybe.
appointment
Yeah,
because
maybe.
something's definitely causing the headache instantly as soon as I give myself the shot. And also, yeah, I got invited to go to do a pickleball collab, but I'm
that's
like,
cool.
I'm not ready yet because I feel like I'm still not full with the energy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do want to do that, so I'm
Yeah.
like looking forward to the cute outfit
Yeah.
and the content of pickleball because I've been telling him, man, I want to go play, but with my asthma and being overweight, it's like hard a little bit, you know.
Right.
To,
Well, you're about to see some drastic changes.
The
You know,
stamina's
I
not
think
there.
that you know, people that make the decision to you know kind of reach out and get that assistance and kind of getting the
Mm-hmm.
ball rolling. You know, because even myself, I could get caught in a rut. You know, if I start eating bad, I eat real bad one day and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of not think about it. The next day, I'm like, oh man, you know, wings would be good. You know, wings and beer, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the next day, you know, I may end up getting the munchies myself, and then I'll walk across the street and pound an appetizer
Yeah.
and drink more beer. You know, so you get in a rut, and I think that from just all the information that I've seen on the semaglutides,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to really reduce that urge and
Yes.
reduce that
Food noise.
impulse. Yeah,
Oh,
food
it definitely
noise. Yeah.
canceled that out for me because
And I heard a lot of people it helps a lot of people with alcohol addiction too, you know, and kind of
I didn't know
decreases
that.
yeah, it decreases that just want to
they did tell us that we had to slow down on the alcohol if we drink, you know, too many in a day.
right.
So
yeah.
I told him I drink it only when I go to the restaurant,
Right,
And
yeah.
I only have one if they have what I told you, espresso
Sure.
or a carajillo. I'll drink that, but other than that, I really won't crave anything else.
Right.
And now if the drink is pretty, I might be like, you know what? Let me try that drink, and then if I taste it, I'm like, take it off my ticket because it was nasty.
Yeah. Well, and I think that goes back to the exercise.
Yeah.
If you're exercising and doing what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
you can have a couple drinks. You could drink
Yeah.
margaritas. I mean, you know, you
Yeah.
could drink 3 margaritas if you
Yeah.
wanted. You know, I think that you know the exercise is definitely just such a it's such a cheat code. You know, and the only thing it takes is a little time and effort, and
Exactly.
that's kind of the problems that I've had in the past. You know, because again, I get caught in a rut, and then you know my days get busy, and then by the time I look up, it's like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm tired, and I just kind of hit that lazy stage. But in reality, you know, if you just kind of fit it in the day and kind of structure your day out, it's nothing to kind of to incorporate a little exercise in there. And I'm over here preaching to myself right now. But
Oh, it's
but
okay.
you know, like I said, even you know, I woke up today and I was kind of feeling sluggish. I didn't work out yesterday.
Yeah.
Feeling a little sluggish, not feeling you know, feeling okay, but not as up as I should on a Saturday, you know, and I went on a run, you know, like I was telling y'all, and it just changes my whole mindset. I feel so much happier when after any type of exercise, you know, the endorphins are just raging.
Yeah.
So it's required for my lifestyle, you know, because if I don't work out, I get down on myself. I get irritated easily.
So
you know,
does he.
it's
He gets mad that he didn't go to the gym because,
Yeah.
let's say he got sick. Damn you, sickness.
Yeah.
I can't go to the
I mean,
gym now
honestly,
for
yeah.
like a week till I get better. And I'm like,
it's medication. You know,
It
it's
really
a
is.
medicine. Yeah, it'll clear your mind up. Exactly. It's just a fantastic recipe. You know, it's probably the best medicine.
yeah, when he's stressed, he goes to the gym. So he
You
uses
come
it.
out of the gym and
Yeah.
you're a new person.
And see, when
you
I'm
know?
stressed, I eat.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do see the change, like I said, with the semaglutide, because the food noise that I used to have, like where I want to eat past 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm staying up watching Netflix.
Right.
I tell myself, no, you cannot eat anything. We're going to bed.
Yeah.
We're not going to eat. And so now if it's like a certain time, I'm like, okay, I'm not eating. And I'll have a craving. It's there.
Yeah.
But I'll resist it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll go to bed and I'm like, damn, I'm hungry the next morning.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's how you're supposed to feel, hungry.
I know, yeah, and it's crazy because you realize like, oh, this is like how normal people are doing, and being a foodie myself, I am completely aware of the food noise and the urges of food. I mean, food is probably one of the most addictive drugs out there,
It really is.
That
Sugar.
one.
Like
That's
I said,
cocaine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I love sweets, especially in the evenings. And the thing that I have used recently to battle any type of like sweetness cravings, and I told you I was a fan of ice cream. Well, I go to HEB and I get the frozen fruit, like frozen pineapple, frozen mangoes, frozen peaches, and I'll grab a handful in the evenings, put it in a bowl, and I'll eat it, and it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna blend it and make it like a sorbet.
No, but that would probably be amazing. But yeah, no, I just eat it like that, and I mean, it's such it is. I'm so content afterwards, and I mean, it's completely different. It's not ice cream, but it feels like ice cream if after it's cold, and it's a great snack. And I know fruit has a lot of sugar in it and things like that, so you kind of got to be aware, but it's not as much sugar as ice cream, so you gotta give and take a little bit.
Whenever Mario's craving something sweet, so I like to bake, I like to cook. I hated that when I was younger, and as I got older, I was like, I really like cooking and I like creating my own things.
Yeah, it's an art.
And so he's like more like I said, more healthy conscience. So I'll make him sugar-free desserts. So I got sugar-free chocolate and I'll put it on the berries, and that's his snack. Or like peanut butter bars, something like that has peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, see, Reese's.
I keep seeing all these TikToks and I'm like, babe, I'm making you that. I'm making you that. I'm making you
Dark
that.
chocolate too.
He loves chocolate. He's always looking for chocolate in my bag, and I'm like, I don't have any.
Trader Joe's is a good.
We love that store.
I love
That's our favorite store.
Shout out Trader Joe's.
For real, Trader Joe's. You don't really need it, corporate, but Trader Joe's is the best.
It's the best. And
Their dumplings. Have you had
yeah.
soup dumplings?
I have, and I put them in the air fryer, so it crisps the outside, and then you put them in. And it's just
Well, you're gonna have to tell me how, because I'm scared they're gonna blow up in there.
yeah, and some of them do, some of them, but
All that juice.
but it's very good. I love some dumplings. Yeah, honestly, anything that is in their frozen section can be thrown in the air fryer, and it turns out so good.
I never
And,
thought about the dumplings.
oh, it's I'll put the dumplings in there. I'll also dip those in, like, they have this vegan buffalo sauce, and it's really good. I mean, it's man, it makes my mouth water just
So the
thinking about it.
dumplings and vegan buffalo sauce.
Yes, like the pork dumplings though.
But the soup ones? Or
I-
you're talking about the ones
I've
that
had
are like
the soup ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're talking about the regular kind that are like look like a little
Yes,
fan.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, honestly, anything that is in that frozen section, they got the coconut shrimp and all these things.
The Indian section.
Oh yeah, they have the
Fiery chicken,
oh
paneer,
yeah.
butter chicken.
I love Trader Joe's. They're so good.
They have not done me
And
dirty
also
yet.
shout out HEB. HEB is the only place that I'm shopping these days.
Yeah.
Of course, Central Market, but Central Market's fancy. It's all the organics.
Yeah.
I grew up, having a small little HEB right outside of my town,
Mm-hmm.
and over the years they upgraded to HEB Plus, so it's this huge
okay.
HEB, and then moving over here to the city,
Yeah.
The HEB over here in the Heights they offer so much more than these little towns do, as far as produce, and you get stuff that you can't really get anywhere else, and so yeah, HEB is probably my favorite grocery store. Yeah. What about you guys?
I'm on the HEB.
Yeah, HEB is legit.
I'm a Kroger
But-
shopper.
Oh man,
going
I
back
was
to
like, man,
Kroger.
I hope these guys don't say Kroger. Kroger's not bad. It's really not bad.
Okay, so we have had some crappy produce lately, and so he's been complaining to me, and I keep asking for a refund on the app because it tells you right there once you
Right.
view your receipt, it says if you want to ask for a refund. So I select the items that came out crappy, and then
Right.
they'll give me a refund. I don't know why. I guess it's just the convenience. It's across the street from the house. I
They
do
both
click.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay,
See,
okay.
we're getting down to the
Okay.
to the
Well,
truth here.
Kroger also gives me a lot of discounts
Ah.
as a like a loyal customer. I get a lot of stuff, a lot of discounts.
Yeah.
So I'll get free groceries sometimes on certain things.
Wow. Well, HEB has really good coupons on the app too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have free stuff on there too, right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
have,
Lord.
yeah.
Two
hey,
against
hey,
one.
Hey, yeah, we're
I do like
I'll
HEB.
take this one to the grave.
Yeah.
I love HEB.
I like HEB too. They do have a lot of good stuff
yeah,
there.
and they have
But-
fresh cut meat and
Yeah.
things like that. I mean, it's pretty legit.
Yeah, I like it. It's just sometimes I feel like they're more expensive than Kroger
Maybe,
on
yeah.
certain things because I have opened the app, and then I'm like, let's see what Kroger has it for. Let's see what HEB. And I'm like, I want to save a little bit more money. I'm going to go to Kroger. But then, like I said, I have the issues where the produce comes back crappy or something doesn't.
Right.
Sometimes their stuff, the stock is not even available.
Mm.
So then they're like, oh, we couldn't adjust it because it wasn't available. So this is what your total is now because, it's not there. And I'm like, oh, dang. And it was something I really
something you
needed.
need, yeah.
And so I'm like, he always tells me, why do you keep shopping at Kroger? I'm like, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It's like he said, they're both close by. They're across the street from each other.
Right.
And then clickless. I mean, they have a curbside. And I don't know if they have a limit of 35 like Kroger does for like clickless. But in order to get clickless free, it's $35 at Kroger.
Oh.
And then I don't know what the price is for HEB. But they are close to each other. But sometimes I compare prices. And one is higher than the other. So then I go with Kroger.
I will say I did have a couple experiences with HEB that I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of. So I did I ordered a pickup order and, I got a bunch of stuff and I went and picked it up. I got it and all of like the meat that I ordered, it came out, I looked at it, it had the weight on it. Let's say I had a steak. Steak was 1.2 pounds. They charged me, $25 for it, whatever.
Example.
And, I look on the app and it says $28.50, which is like, I guess the estimated price and estimated weight. But when I actually have the thing, it was like $25. Like, so I brought it up to them and they sent me a gift card and things like that, which was awesome,
okay.
and it was a mistake and they fixed the mistake. But yeah, I think that you have to kind of watch it and it's not even HEB's fault. I think it's the people that are
Tagging it.
yes, the people that they're putting it in the basket and collecting and everything. They probably just kind of, get a little lazy and things like that. But yeah, I think that overall HEB is a great company. I think one time I think I was really young. Snapchat just came out, or maybe it was Twitter or something. And somebody at the Beaumont HEB like annoyed me because they left out like 3 bags or something, 3 bags from my cart and things like that. And so I got on Twitter and, like I said, this was probably 10 years ago or whatever. And I was like, HEB, I'm missing 3 bags and I can't get a hold of anybody. They reached out to me on the app and was like, hey, this is what we need, this, and this. And if you could send us your receipt, we'll reimburse you. And so they didn't just reimburse me for the bags that they missed. They reimbursed me for my whole order. So they gave me like $130 back. Yeah. So like I said,
So that's why you love them even more.
I'll take it. I'll take it to the HEB is legit.
Yeah.
And I think that they're a good
understand.
company with
goals.
with good good customer service,
Yeah. That's one of my collabs that I really want to get a collab with HEB. I tried about 2 years ago when I went to this event called Spoil Latina and Spoil Latina Summit, and HEB was there as one of the brands. And I was like really trying my hardest to, but I have a small following, so they probably didn't really consider me because of that. But, or I don't know what I need to do. HEB, hit me up. What do I need to do so I can get a collab with y'all? Because I really want it. I don't care. I'll do it for free if I have to, but I want to work with y'all.
Just do it as do it from like you said earlier. When you go to restaurants and you're recording content and you add them as a collaborator and they can either add or not.
Yeah.
I think that go and they have really good like the simple meals and stuff
Yes,
like
we
that.
love those.
And,
Oh, those took care of us during COVID.
Yeah.
We didn't want to cook. Well, we couldn't really get out of bed.
Do y'all have an air fryer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of the simple meals, I think it's the breaded green beans. Have you guys tried those?
No.
Oh, wow. They have breaded green beans. Put them in the air fryer for, a couple minutes, crisp them up, and dip them in some hummus. Oh, my God. I'm a big fan.
We jumped on
Yeah.
hummus. We are on the hummus wagon.
I'm a big fan of hummus, and HEB has some really good hummus
Yeah.
too. I think it's just the brand. I mean, I'm sure you could get it at Kroger too, but but yeah, it's I love hummus. Yeah.
Yeah, those simple meals came through for sure. And now I'm like, I don't feel like cooking. Let's go to HEB and get the salmon with the rice, with the broccoli, or with the potatoes and the salmon. And easy
I need
meals.
to go. I need to go to
Yeah.
the grocery store today. Like that's probably what I'm going to try to do tonight. So, and honestly, I have to go. I have to kind of like eat before I go to the grocery store, because if I go there hungry, I'm throwing everything in the basket. So I have to be really aware. But anyways, well, yeah, it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys. What advice would y'all give to somebody that wants to start exploring Houston and creating content?
To just do it. Because when we started in 2011, it was not to become bloggers. It was just, like I said, to share our food journal with everyone that followed us on Facebook. And then from there, everybody that started reaching out, hey, where should I take my girlfriend out on a date? And I'm like, well, what's your budget and what location do you want to go to, and do you want to dress up or not? Like, I started researching restaurants for them.
That's cool. That's like a
like
full
consulting.
consultation.
Yeah. And so I never thought about getting paid for that. I just did it because I wanted to help people, right? And so that's how everything started. I just started posting everything on Facebook, and then I was like, Instagram started popping off. That was my personal account, and then I converted it into a food page, I think in like 2020. And that's the account that got hacked. And so when this account started, I was like, okay, I'm going to take it a different route. And that's how I added him. And then everybody says they like videos with Mario and me working together, or funny stuff that he does on TikTok. So I was like, I'm going to put you on there.
Nice.
And that's how it happened.
Well, I think
just
you guys
jump
are,
forward.
I think you guys are doing an amazing job representing Houston and kind of going out and exploring and
Thanks,
showing
we
y'all's
try.
story and it's really awesome to watch. If I'm looking for a new location, or maybe I want to try some new beverages or different foods of some sort, I always kind of scroll on y'all's page. So I think that y'all are doing a great job, and y'all are a great team, and it was a pleasure speaking with you guys today. Mario,
you so
I really
much.
appreciate you
Jared.
coming.
I had a great time.
Miss Dora, yes,
I
thank you
was
so
nervous,
much.
but not that nervous, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think everything went pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that we'll have this. It's Saturday today. I have another podcast right after this, and we should have this baby up and running by tomorrow. So as soon as we do that,
Okay.
I'll send you guys the link and we'll go from there. So again, thank you guys for coming.
Well, I can't wait to be back on here.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching the Spacejumper podcast.